Good job.
Well, they from the start our panel for controlling the air conditioning that is broken, and we have an inverter. This is for those persons who are lovely don't show this. But the panel has completely broken on us, so we can't control the air conditioning either. We're at the whim of whatever the timing is in, which is for whatever reason it's not become. So I apologize for the temperature. If you're finding it uncomfortable, and if you're someone who's often cold and enjoying the works, then enjoy the works. Yeah. Drop the mic down. It's not. I don't think. It's not. Alright. You hear me with that? Lenore, can you hear me without this mic on right now?
I'm not hearing every word. I'm losing
Yeah,
you.
I guess, or maybe thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs. Alright.
It's not
Alright.
clear. Oh,
I'll stand back. No, go ahead and pray of the lesson of Shabbat, which we'll talk about later on. And sometimes we take what we have and learn to be happy with what we do have and accept what we can't totally control, especially in a world when we want to think we can control anything and absolutely everything. Shabbat comes in to remind us that we can't. So I will try to not get too close to that one. But, welcome to the Angels of Shabbat with Shalom Aleichem on page 5. Shalom Aleichem. Turn to page 11 and to open Lacuna Rajana, following the opening will continue individually and then join again at the carrot on page 12. Page 13 for sure, 11, I'm sure, but that's moving together at the carrot on page 13. Leave me on like you really should have. He's got to have it. As we turn to page 21 for eight more of the sentence. These more than the rather night the day. Oh, shall bear I shall bear unto my perfect heart. Why not keep it together? All the young, oh, what a night for the oh, what a night, I feel I feel what a night before cottage. Oh, what a night, oh, well, I am close. Fire so lonely and alone. There Adonai Lama Puyasha, I Adonai Adonai be seated. We turn to Lakadoni, which will open with the first three stanzas on page 23, and then jump to the final two on page 25. Yom Hasimah, Tzolah, Tolamunei, Hasegulah, Glory Halal, led by the Spirit, Christ Allah, the angel of the let Father be, we Christ Allah, and shall be seated. We turn to page 27 for the Psalm for Shabbat. Please no share Yom Shabbat. Out of the Kabbalah Shabbat, the welcoming in of Shabbat, the thousands into Mari, the evening service has for moments of memory of the Hadith at home. So I invite all who are in mourning, or any who are observing yard sites, or any who it's your custom to do so, to rise, return to the Hadith at home, Nurse Cottage, on page 30. V'tgadal v'yitkadat shemei Rabbah. Ve'alma v'ra firutei ve'amrit malchutei. Ve'chayefon u'yomefon chaye v'chol beit Yisrael. Va'agala u'bizman kaviv ve'ivru amen. Ye'eh imei Rabbah v'barak le'olam u'mei amaya. Yitbarach ve'yishabach ve'yitba'ar v'yitroman v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar, v'yitaleh, v'yitalal. Shemei v'kudusha v'yitul. Ve'ela minchol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechamata. Ta'amiram ve'alma v'ibru amen. Yehi shmama Rabba min Shemaya. V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'ibru amen. Aseh shalom b'rama, Huya aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'ibru amen. Guys, also please rise, we read the Baruch on page 39A. Usually about 39A or B. Other nights ago, you know, Amini Mahalinu de Olamoed, Baropatai, Amari Barabi. Turn to page 40 for Atlas Olam for comparison to the Shema and paragraphs on page 41 and 42. So we'll go to page 40 through 42. Atlas Olam. Ahabat Olam, David Rahel, Torah mitzvah, give me body, Torah me ma'aritzah. I'll give you we shall thank you, Lord, thank you. Happy are the who get these times we pray for us and come. The needs of sad heart, they all one heart. Again, I the all young or a young Shema Israel, Father, I know Mother Vejian Samuel and the Martam, Yajida, the Tara, Ulanteka, Quintera, Ushopika, Quintera, Ushatam Leo, Zaliata, Values of Capo, Taking Napa, Volcata. On the door, who reach our love. Individually on page 43A or B, and we'll do together on page 43. To 45, there has to be made for a shelter that seeks the rest of Israel. For the whole world. 45. Spread the shelter of your feet over us. Guide us with wisdom, compassion, and trust. As we pray to Adonai, Eloheinu Shalom. Eloheinu Malkeinu. Save us for the sake of your name. Shield us from hatred, sorrow, and pain. Adonai, Eloheinu Shalom. What brings me to the Lord, I give on shalom, and Tabernacle, who broke the way, we pass the Mecca, Baruch atah Adonai, Altorei, to pass shalom, Hallelujah, for Israel, they are in Yerushalayim. Rise for the summer on page 46. The Shabbat Our individual Shabbat evening Amidah begins on page 47 and continues through page 52. Use the Hebrew or the English through words of your own heart to your individual Amidah, page 47 through 52. Well, I'll invite us to rise once again as we turn to page 53 for the main Shabbat symbolic repetition of our evenings on that. 50. Elohim, Elohim, how we say, yes, Continuing, Kaddish Shalem on page 54, you can remain standing or be seated according to your custom. I've been saying all week that I definitely would like to go from one Shabbat to another Shabbat without some kind of historical, never happened before political event happening. This week, that was off the table Sunday afternoon. But I am going to not talk about Biden's decision and steps out and the likelihood of Kamala Harris taking his position as the Democratic nominee. I'm not going to, I don't want to focus on the absolute atrocities that are taking place around Netanyahu's visit to Washington, D.C. earlier this week. I want to set all of that aside to talk about the actual current event that took on my interview today, which was the baseball. The trading of baseball. I never thought I'd use the rabbi giving the baseball trading day service, but today we got the news for the Orioles that we have gained 2 new pitchers and a new outfielder, and in the process traded away 3 of our minor league upcoming players, as well as a longtime outfielder on the Orioles, Austin. I was listening to the interview, not actually with Austin Hayes, but with one of his teammates and his friend, James McCann, who's also on the team. And what I was struck by was that James McCann spoke about the fact that they recognize, even as players on the team, that they are a piece of the business, and that they don't always get to control everything, and that one of the most important aspects of being a successful professional athlete, quite frankly, in any sport, is the ability to recognize when you do well, the ability to recognize what you have control over, and to immediately let go of any mistake and anything you don't have control. Not to say it's not painful, not to say they were in the interview with his kids, but his kids are very good friends with Austin Hayes' kids, and his kids are that he won't see the other one's kids when they're traveling anymore as a team. But there was a recognition that sometimes in our lives there are things we have to let go of for a greater goal. In this case, each team wants to have the best team as possible, but every team wants to win. But recognition, and a muscle, a mental, that athletes know work, in addition to all of the physical muscles that they work all the time. Of recognizing when we have control, and recognizing when we have to say, even if this isn't what I want, I'm gonna have to figure out how to make it. And I think I mentioned before, and as we're sitting here during hot night for on the first, apparently, we all know that feeling of being out of control. It is a feeling that many of us have quite regularly because of not being able from one Shabbat to another without a political, unprecedented event happening. If we can exercise the muscle, which I think Shabbat invites us to do, say, maybe the world's not yet ideal, but how can I pause and look at what's good now? Take a baseball team, maybe it's sad they're losing this person who has been a member of their team for a long time, still have new to welcome in, and perhaps more successful games, that's not a successful game, but more of them. For us in a world we cannot control every little thing, and there are a lot of big things that each one of us doesn't have the opportunity to control, but can we exercise the muscle? Sit down and say, the things within my control that I hope I have the strength to do so. So the serenity prayer, not the system of the prayer, the serenity to accept the things we cannot change. That's, I think, what Shabbat invites us into, and invites us to start thinking about, we have the courage to change the things that we can once Shabbat is over, and have the wisdom to understand it. I think the time of Shabbat will give us that opportunity to reflect, to not try to exert the courage yet, but actually reflect and focus in on the wisdom. And I think we can all learn a little bit of a lesson from the athletes, the professional athletes. Though we may never be star baseball players ourselves, that is definitely off the table for me at this point in my life, with the physical ability I have ever had, gender of professional baseball notwithstanding. It's definitely off the table for me to become a professional athlete, but it is not off the table for me to exercise that muscle in my brain, or I think any of our powers, the ability to step back, acknowledge the mistakes and it happened, and it may not be ideal, we may not love it. But that we know we can move forward, even with what of it that we control and find ways to stay back on the wheels. That's alone. I'm going to invite us to Bragg. We'll turn to our Kiddush on page 55. Baruch atah Elohim haolam borei peri hakafen. Baruch atah Elohim haolam asher kisha v'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu. V'shabbat koshel yahavanu ratzon b'timanu v'karam v'matzei bereshit. Hibuyam tefillah v'yikrei kodesh. V'echad mitzviyat Yisrael. Standing for Elena, page 56 on to page 57. Returning it to the Kadisha Tomes and Warner's Cottage. We ask that God grants that the memories of those who find resources of strength for everyone in the house of Israel. In the souls of our departed, find peace and God's shelter and care. May we all be blessed with peace, tranquility, and fullness of life. We, as a congregation, remember the yard sites of Ellen Babitsky, Rose Grossman, William McNeil, Freda Morris, Hilton Levsky, Jean Kaufman, Clara Shulman Bishop, William Leslie, and Bernard Amy. They all are in mourning, serving God faith. Your cousins will do so, right? Each chateau in the mourner's cottage. Gazal the Kadash Shmei Rabba. The Allah, the Ra, the Rute, the Amlit, Molte. The Chaye Tom, the Yom Tom, the Chaye, the Prophet Israel. Ha'agala, the Bidman, Kari, the Guru, Amin. Yehi, Me, Rabban, the Barat, the Alam, the Maya. Ikara, the Ishtabah, the Fa'ar, the Brahman, the Nasesh. Yitadar, Yitaler, Yitalal, Shmei, Kudisha, Uriku, Se'ema, Yipo, Birkata, Birata, Tushbekata, Venetamata, Sa'amiran, Velna, Ru, Amin, Yehe, Lama, Rabba, Shemaya, the Chaim, Alenu, Vel, Holy Israel, Ru, Amin. Say shalom, Igrama. Here at say shalom. Aleinu Gumea, Holy Israel, Hebrew, Amen. And to be peace in the heavens, your peace to us, all Israel. Seated. Pleasure, thank you. Sisterhood representatives or board, you changed the Lee Tyler to share some announcements with us. Hello. Thank you to everyone for joining us online and in person. Thank you to Mary Ann Kirkman and for setting up the special permanent sponsor of the event. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow morning, 9:30, following finish for the workday. This tomorrow morning, sponsored by Ellen, Elvin, Senator. Next to Bob. Friday night and Saturday morning services will be online and in person. On meets Sunday, August 4th, from 2 to 4 at Ben Shalom. The group is here to beginners and advanced gifts. If you've never played, haven't played much, don't feel confident playing at the pace of players, join us. Each of us services are at 8:50 p.m. Monday, August 12th, and at 9 a.m. 5:30 p.m. Day August 13th. Services will be in person on August
Hmm.
25th. And come enjoy our fourth Avenue.
All right. We look for some grass. What's
What's
up?
60 more. This is for adults only. And for BBQ and family. With a small, 50 cases
Mm,
by the first Israeli distillery in Elgin, Hunter.
mm.
Or you check out these and other programs
Mhm.
on our website. After Shabbat, keep them and follow. Like.
All right. I'll get off in time. I'll let you know.
Brands. There is
All right.
brands.
All right, bye.
Part of your growing, the enhanced. I don't know the word. Speaking of things we can both control and not control, we're about 75% of the way there on the sound system, and that's all I'm going to say on Shabbat. But if you would like a link and haven't yet had an opportunity, we'd have more control if we were operating on a. Reach out to me after Shabbat, or either of us, or it's pretty our president after Shabbat if you want more information on that. We're about 75%. Right now we'll conclude this service with Yigdal on page 2. Yigdal Elohim v'Yigdal Yigdal 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 at Ha'avim Yamim People know and loving I know they have to tell a love with the time of the no matter what you want to do shadow I know that can't be wrong. We certainly you know I don't know how. We all know God. We are ready to let go now. So you find the what to in the shadow. The line takes the let's go the TV carton. The line is terrible. I'll be here, my baby, so rather than the all I have to be on the Monday, so I am they all are me, and you so very do. But even so, I so go marry to follow. The tenor cherry shuttle, if you are the dear, because you are only taken by the hell. There are so I wrote my hair, I'm shaking you at all, taken by the hell. There are so I wrote my hair, I'm shaking you so. Shabbat shalom. Good to see everyone in the room and we're doing this. And enjoy
Shabbat
your day. Thank you, Anne. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom, Lenore.
Shabbat shalom. And I thought the sound was better today.
A bit, but I kept hearing at the end some sounded like a man and a baby.
Yeah, they were talking. Yeah, that was an issue at the end. It looked like someone was on the phone.
Right, but I'm trying to figure out how that got picked up, or were they just standing somewhere near the mic?
Maybe, or yeah, somebody who was maybe doing the control, working. I don't know.
Right, not realizing.
I noticed it too.
Yeah. So it was hard to hear the announcements to start with, and that made it, much more difficult.
Yeah.
So
We'll get it fixed. Well, it looks like we're getting there. So hopefully,
yeah.
we
The
can
thing
do it.
is, right now our boosters are at past their 4-month mark, so I figure it's just too risky. So I'm waiting for the next set.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
Anyway, so we're just being careful.
Yeah, that's what you have to do.
And I'm
whatever.
grateful that we could at least participate in the services on Zoom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, you have a good Shabbat.
You
And
too.
you too. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat
Yeah.
shalom.
Shabbat
Bye-bye.
shalom. Yeah.